What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Again, I know it's a boring intro. Uh, I will definitely make some changes in my intro for sure very soon. Very soon, maybe from the next video itself. Why not from this video itself? What's up, guys? I think it looks a bit artificial. Okay, 5 habits that keep you bad at English forever is something that I've already done in the previous video. So now, topic for today's video. This video is why you're still not fluent after years of learning English. Why you are still not fluent? Where is it? After years of learning English. Why you are still not fluent after years of learning English? Hmm. We guys have been learning English since a very long time. We have learned English in the school. We have learned a lot of grammar, and we have been trying to speak this language. This question is still there since a very long time. That why in the hell we are not able to speak this language? Why, whenever we start to speak this language, why we feel so hesitant? Why we feel so conscious? Why we feel like we won't be able to deliver? Why we feel like we'll get stuck? Why we feel like we won't get the right words? Why we feel like what the other person or what the other people would be thinking of us? They may laugh, or how would they react? How would I look while speaking this language? And so many other questions, right? This is what we feel. What if my grammar is not correct while speaking? What if I make mistake? What if I make some blunder? What if I say something wrong? So many questions are there. Other people have got great English speaking skills. Other people may, they look a bit different, and not just a bit different, maybe other people are from some other planet. Maybe other people, have got some different, way different upbringing, which is correct technically, but this is something that we can overcome, right? Maybe, they have got something different in them which I don't have, right? So many questions, because these, why I'm saying, why I'm able to say all these things, is because I have also felt the same things. But throughout my journey, I have figured out one thing, that no, everybody makes it, because I used to consider everybody, whoever could speak English, I used to consider them perfect. I used to think, whoever I saw speaking absolutely fluently, be it on screen or in person, so I would always feel like, oh man, they are perfect, their English is perfect, they know every damn thing. I used to think, oh, maybe, they know all the words of the language, or maybe they don't make even a single grammatical mistakes. They are absolutely fluent, they're absolutely flawless. They just what do you call it? They just flow like a river, like a water, right? So I used to think like these things. But as I spent some more and more time, and I tried to observe even their speaking pattern, their speaking style, I figured out that no, even they also make mistakes somewhere or the other. Even they also don't know the meanings of a lot of words, right? So gradually, when I figured this thing out, and then I came to a conclusion that no, nobody is perfect. Everybody has got their own journey, everybody has got their own respective levels, and it's just that they have spent some good amount of time with the language, which is why they are able to speak and understand that language well. And I'm someone who has not spent some good amount of time with the language. This is why I am where I am. I am not able to speak the language confidently. I'm not even able to speak the language in the first place. Forget about being confident while speaking. I'm not even able to speak. Right? So all these things collectively, and same is the question of yours. Like, I've been learning English since years, but still I'm not fluent. Forget about fluency. I'm not even able to speak it up to some conversational level. I just can't speak. Even before opening my mouth, I feel like, man, what can I speak? I don't have any command on the language. And I get you guys. I understand. I respect that. And I appreciate that you at least know that you are at some problem, you are stuck somewhere, and you just have to get out of that problem. So, in order to get out of this, why you are not fluent? The main problem is, and the most basic problem is, that you have not tried speaking each and every single day. Yes, each and every single day. Most of you guys haven't even tried speaking properly with some consistency, and almost all of you have not tried speaking this language on a every single day basis, right? We have been speaking our language, whichever our first language is. Like, my first language is Hindi. You guys must be having some other languages, right? You guys might be having Hindi. Most of them might be having Hindi as a first language, but you might be having a regional language as well as your first language. It might be Punjabi, it might be Odia, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, uh, Urdu, and whatnot. Right? So many languages are there in India itself. Right? So you might be having any of your first language, but English is something that you are not at all good at, not at all even okay at. Right? And this is then there is one reason only. You guys and me included, of course, we have been speaking our first language, our mother tongue, since childhood, and each and every single day for hours, usually, right? So we have been speaking this language since we got conscious, since we could make sense of this world, right? We have been speaking this language since years, every single damn day, which is why we got confidence way earlier in our life when we were maybe 4 or 5 years old. Till then also, we had got the confidence. Of course, we will never judged ourselves, and we never thought things like, oh, how would people think and so on, because a child doesn't think like that. A child is just in his own mischief, and he just wants to do what he wants to do. He doesn't think much. But as we grow older, we get conscious of a lot of things. Oh, how would people react, what would he think or she think, and whatnot, right? uh so yeah, that's another thing. But a child just doesn't give a damn. He just wants to do what he wants to do, and it's up to you how you make out of it, right? But the main point that I'm trying to convey is that we have been speaking the language each and every single day, but when it comes to English, we don't do practice of speaking. And let me tell you guys, you can learn, you can keep learning grammar till the end of your life, still you won't be able to speak English. There are so many people who learn a lot of grammar, still they can't speak. There are people who have got a great vocabulary, still they can't speak properly. Only reason is that they have taken a lot of input, but they have not generated output. In order to become a speaker of the language, you will have to practice speaking. Till the time you won't start speaking on every single day basis, consistently every single day, even if you speak for 2 minutes, even if you speak for 5 minutes, that's completely fine. But you just have to speak, you just have to open your mouth. It's an exercise for your mouth. Repetitions, repetitions, repetitions. If you don't give repetition, if you don't continuously speak again and again and again and again and again, you won't feel confident. Your mind will always think like, oh, but I can't speak this language. Why? Because you haven't tried speaking this language, right? If you will do something repetitively, consistently, for days and months and years, your brain knows it. Your brain knows that you're confident. If you have to do this thing one more time, if you're asked to speak this language one more time, your brain knows, oh, it's a cakewalk for me. Oh, it's nothing for me. I've already done this millions of times and thousands of times, right? This is how our brain thinks. But if something you haven't done properly, even for few days consistently, your brain is like, oh my god, I have to do this thing. Oh, I have to speak English. Oh, but I don't know, how can I speak this language? Oh, I don't have any hold on this. This is how our brain says. And see, in the beginning you will make the most mistakes of your life, but gradually you will get better and better and better. Generally it happens like this only. Initially everything seems to be the hardest, and yes, everything is the hardest in the beginning, because we don't know any damn thing about that particular thing. But as we as we dwell into it, as we immerse ourselves into that thing, things start to get easier for us. We start to feel so confident with time, with repetition. If you want to speak good English, and it applies to not just English but to any damn thing that you want to do, anything that a human wants to do. If you want to uh, become a speaker of English language, you will have to have confidence, right? You must have seen people, I've seen people, who have got very bad grammar skills. I mean, they don't know much about grammar. They make a lot of grammatical mistakes. Even their vocabulary is not good. Sometimes they don't use appropriate words also while speaking English, but still they speak in a flow. They speak fluently. Why? Because even if they speak wrong English, but at least they speak English because they have practiced speaking wrong English. I get it, but at least they have practiced speaking English. If your English is already good, because you guys already know a lot of grammar, you guys already have a lot of words in your head. You have already have got some pretty much beginner friendly, or maybe even intermediate level of vocabulary right there in your head, but still you guys are not able to speak. Why? Because you haven't practiced speaking. Whereas the other person whose grammar is weak, whose vocabulary is pretty weak, that person has at least tried speaking and has been consistently speaking. This is why that person is confident. That is the only reason. So if you want to become a speaker, you will have to have confidence. And how can you have confidence? You can have confidence if you repetitively do something, that too consistently. You will have to speak repetitively, right? Each and every single day you just have to speak about a variety of things, whatever you like, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to speak about, whatever you want to have conversation about, any damn thing, it doesn't matter, as long as it is in English. I don't mind. Nobody minds. Science doesn't mind. The language experts don't mind. I don't mind. Nobody minds. right? Because you are speaking the language. Make sure that there is some sort of variety each and every single day. For that, you can choose different topics on a similar day. The topics might be similar, it's completely okay. The main motive is you just have to speak variety of things. To start speaking right now. Right now, see, if you won't speak, you will never be able to speak. You will never be able to become a speaker of the language. Trust me, you forget about being fluent or anything. You won't become fluent. You won't even be able to speak two sentences properly, confidently. You won't be able to speak even for a minute. I'm speaking for maybe how much, 5 10 minutes. I'm already more than 10 minutes in this video. Why? Because once I realize this fact that I will have to speak, if I don't practice speaking, I won't be able to speak. Once I realized this fact, I emphasized on speaking. I stress always on speaking. I always make sure that I'm speaking a lot as much as I can, of course, because I can't speak English with my family members, or among my friends, although I don't have friends in my neighborhood or wherever I go, because everybody speaks Hindi only, everybody understands Hindi only. Some people definitely understand English also, but that's not the point, right? So I don't get to speak English with anybody, and you guys usually complain about having nobody to speak English, to have conversation with. See, you won't find anybody, right? It's you only. Even if you find someone, you may find him or her today. There's no guarantee for tomorrow, right? So what will you do tomorrow, right? So but it's you, who's always there with you. You are always there with you. I am always there with myself, right? So you can always speak with yourself. See, whatever I'm doing right now, I'm speaking with myself only. Of course there is a camera, but even if there was no camera, I'm speaking with myself only. Of course, this video will be uploaded on the internet, and you guys will have to see it. And I mean, you guys will have the option to see it, and you guys will be like, oh, you're speaking on camera and everything. But even if, see, I'm speaking with this, and let's say there was someone who didn't know anything about this technology, this internet, this camera or anything, that person must be thinking, that person must would think that, oh, why is he speaking with himself? Because I'm speaking with myself only, right? But of course, because I'm in front of a camera, so the video will be recorded and uploaded. Then other people will also have access, because now it will be on a public platform. Right. So you just have to speak, man. I'm continuously emphasizing in my videos that you just have to speak on a daily basis. Speak. Right. English. Right. That's what you have to just keep in your mind. You just have to speak each and every single day. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care what you speak about. There are, many books right in front of me. You can choose any book. You can choose any topic of any book. You can choose the writer, the author of the book. There are so many quotes written right there in front of me. There is a light, there is my laptop, there's my mobile phone, there is a notepad, there's a table, there's a water bottle, there's a guitar, there is another stool, there is a wooden table, right? There is a ring light, there is again, this pencil holder thing, there's an AC, there's a door, there's a resistance band, there's a workout split, there's a window, there's a fan, there's a light, there's a wall. So many times there's a chair, then there is a blanket sort of thing. I don't know what it's called, a bedsheet sort of thing, right? Then there are some other books, in my almirah, and the guitar cover right above that almirah, right on the top of almirah. Doesn't matter. You just have to speak. You just have to speak. You just have to speak. Understand this fact, right? If you won't speak, you can keep learning grammar. You can keep learning vocabulary. You can keep reading. I get it. All these things definitely help, but these things solely are not at all responsible for English speaking. Even if you don't know even a 0.01% of the things of related to all these things, still you can become a very good speaker. Because most of the people, who speak fluent English, become speakers not because of these grammar and everything. They become speakers because they start speaking. They start listening to the language as much as they can, and they start speaking the language as much as they can, and that's how they become speaker of that particular language, of English language, as we're talking about, right? So just speak, immerse yourself in this language, create an environment of English. Whatever you read that in English. Whatever you are writing, write that in English. Whatever you're speaking, speak with yourself in English. When you are on customer care, choose English language. I don't care, I don't mind if you're speaking bad English, if you're not getting the right words or anything. That customer care executive will have to listen to you, right? It's their job. They will have to understand whatever you're trying to say, right? So speak. They are not going to judge you. They're not even able to see you. They don't even know who you are and everything. Of course, they technically might be knowing who you are, but they don't give a damn. They are at the same time, they are doing their duty only. So it just doesn't matter. They're not even bothered, and you should not be bothered. That's the most important thing. Speak, read, if you want to read. But again, reading is not solely responsible, as I already mentioned. Speaking is the most important thing. Then the second most important thing is speaking. Listening, number one. Second thing is speaking. Just these two things, just hug them out. and you are not going to fail, my friend. But you just have to do it consistently. Even if you're listening to content for 15 minutes, make sure you do it daily. Each and every single day, you just have to listen to English thing. You can listen to podcasts, you can listen to your favorite celebrities, you can watch movies, you can watch any shows, you can watch some, cartoons, you can watch some kids related shows, you can watch some old shows. Nowadays, even Bollywood movies, some of the not some, maybe many of the Bollywood movies are available in English also. They are dubbed in English, and they're freely available on YouTube also. Take some, make some good use of YouTube as well, right? So just do this thing. And let me tell you, and let me assure you, if you guys do this thing, if you guys follow this thing for 1 month, you will see a significant difference in your spoken English, trust me. It's just that because you are not practicing right, this is why you are feeling like, oh man, I'm not able to speak this language and whatnot. I've been learning this language in a while long. You won't be able to speak the language by learning, by going through the rules of grammar and everything, by translating in your head from Hindi to English, or from your native language to English. It's not going to help. I'm not translating anything. I'm just speaking whatever there in my mind. And I'm also making mistakes. I'm also making a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes while speaking this language. My grammar is not that good. But I hope you guys are able to understand me, whatever I'm trying to say, whatever I've been speaking about since a long time. Already 16 minutes and more in this video, and I think it's time to say bye bye to you guys. And I really hope this video was of some help to you. If you guys want to have one-on-one conversation with me, one-on-one speaking practice session with me, I've shared the links in the description and in the pinned comment. You can check out any of the links, and you guys can book a session with me. It's a very tiny amount that I'm charging. uh, it's an amount of maybe a momos plate. You can skip a momos plate and you can talk to me. So it's just up to you. What do you consider more important, a momos plate or speaking session with me? It's up to you. It's up to your discretion. It's up to your understanding of smartness. You already are smart enough, so I leave it up to you. And yeah, if you didn't understand any damn thing, you can rewatch this video, and you can leave the comment as well. If you want to share any damn thing, leave that down in the comments. And there was something in my mind that I wanted to say, but I think I forgot. Let it be. All right, so I'm done with this video. If I get anything in my head after finishing this video, I might put that down into the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you guys follow this. If you will stay consistent, in a matter of a month, your improvement will be significant, and you will feel way more confident. And always remember, the 15 minute of listening and the 2 to 5 minutes of speaking is something that you must do on a daily basis. I think 20 minutes is something that anybody can take out from their time, and the more you will do it, the better it will get for you, and the faster you will become more confident, that's for sure. But this is the minimum, I think, that you can do, and everybody should do, and I think everybody can do. 15 minutes of watching English content, and speaking practice for at least 2 to 5 minutes on a daily basis, or whatever thing you want to say, whatever you have watched right now, whatever you're going to watch on a daily basis, you can talk about that particular thing also. It just doesn't matter. You just have to speak. You can speak about any damn thing. You can speak about yourself, you can speak about your parents, you can speak about any of your family members, you can speak about your neighbors, you can speak about your friend, the tour, the trip that you're planning for, or maybe the worst trip that you ever had, or the very nice trip that you ever had. Any damn thing, the favorite sport you like, the favorite celebrity you like, whatever damn thing. See you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.